Hello, friends. If you were born before 1960, I need you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. There is a specific overpayment correction process inside the Social Security system, one that most people have never heard of. And if your situation qualifies, it can result in a lump sum payment delivered directly to you. We are talking anywhere from $800 to over $4,000, depending on your earnings history and when you claimed. This is not a new benefit. This is not a government giveaway. This is money that was already calculated incorrectly on your record, and the only reason you haven't received it yet is that nobody told you the process to request it. That ends today. I'm going to walk you through exactly who qualifies, what the dollar amounts look like, and the specific steps you take to find out if money is sitting on your record right now. Here is the thing: the Social Security Administration will not volunteer. They process applications. They apply the rules as they exist at the moment you file. But if a rule changed after you filed, if an earnings record was corrected after you claimed, or if a policy adjustment was applied that affected your benefit calculation, SSA does not go back and automatically recalculate what you should have received. You have to ask, and if you don't know to ask, the money stays on the table permanently. Today, I'm going to cover three things. First, the four specific situations that qualify someone born before 1960 for a back payment review. Second, how to calculate a rough estimate of what your record might owe you before you even make a call. And third, the exact steps, including the form number, the phone number, and the exact words to use to file your request so it gets processed correctly the first time. Before we get into it, if you are not subscribed to this channel, please do that right now and turn on the bell. And I want to explain specifically why it matters for what we're covering today. The Social Security rules that affect people born before 1960 are not the same rules that affect people born in 1965. The earnings tests are different. The full retirement age is different. The correction processes are different. What I do on this channel is track every one of those differences and bring you the information that applies to your specific situation. Not a general summary, your situation. Before the window to act on it closes, the people who are subscribed here find out in time. The ones who aren't tend to find out after the deadline, after the records have been closed, after the money is simply gone. Subscribe, turn on the bell, and let's get into it. Let's start with who actually qualifies for a back payment review. There are four situations. Check each one carefully. Situation 1. Your earnings record has an error from before 2000. If you worked through the 1970s, 80s, or 90s, your payroll data was submitted manually by employers. Manual means mistakes. A wrong number entered. A year that got skipped. A period of self-employment that wasn't recorded correctly. The SSA used that data to calculate your benefit. If the data was wrong, your benefit has been wrong every single month since you claimed. The difference per missed or understated year is approximately $100 less per month. If 3 years were wrong, that's $300 a month. Over 5 years of retirement, that's $18,000. Situation 2. You claimed before your exact full retirement age. For people born between 1943 and 1954, full retirement age was exactly 66. But for everyone born between 1955 and 1959, full retirement age is a specific month, not just a year. Born in 1955, your FRA is 66 years and 2 months. Born in 1956, 66 and 4 months. Born in 1957, 66 and 6 months. Born in 1958, 66 and 8 months. Born in 1959, 66 and 10 months. If you claimed thinking your FRA was simply 66 and you hit that date, but your actual FRA was 2, 4, or 6 months later, you claimed early. That early claim reduced your benefit permanently. And in some cases, depending on when you claimed and what your full benefit amount was, a correction or reconsideration can adjust what you receive going forward. Situation 3. You are a widow or widower who has not asked SSA to compare both records. If you lost a spouse and you are currently collecting your own retirement benefit, there is a very real chance you qualify for a higher survivor benefit based on your late spouse's earnings record. The survivor benefit can be up to 100% of what your spouse was receiving. SSA does not automatically switch you. They do not reach out and say, "Hey, we checked both numbers and here's the higher one." You have to call them, ask them to pull both figures, and request the comparison. If your spouse had a higher lifetime earning record than you, the difference could be hundreds of dollars a month. And SSA can pay retroactively for up to 12 months of the higher amount in some cases. Situation 4. You had a period of zero earnings that SSA is counting against your record incorrectly. Social Security calculates your benefit using your 35 highest earning years. If you have fewer than 35 years of earnings on record, SSA fills the remaining years with zeros. Each 0 year reduces your average, but sometimes years that should have earnings on them show zeros because of a data error, an employer who filed incorrectly, a name discrepancy, a Social Security number issue. If you have 0 years on your record that you know you were working, that is a correctable error, and correcting it raises your monthly benefit permanently. Now stay with me here, because what I'm about to walk through next is the part most people skip, and it's the reason their correction request either gets processed quickly or sits in a backlog for months. There is a right way and a wrong way to file this. I'm going to give you the right way. Before you make any calls or file anything, do this first. It takes about 10 minutes and it will tell you whether you have something worth pursuing and roughly how much. Go to ssa.gov and log into your My Social Security account. If you don't have one, you can create one in about 5 minutes using your Social Security number and a valid email address. Once you're logged in, open your Social Security statement. This is a document that shows two critical things: your earnings record year by year going back to your first job, and your estimated benefit amounts at different claiming ages. Here is what to look for. First, go through your earnings record year by year. Compare what's listed to whatever records you have: old W-2s, tax returns, pay stubs, anything. You are looking for 3 things: years where the amount seems lower than what you remember earning, years that show 0 when you were definitely working, and years that are completely missing from the record. Every year where the listed earnings are lower than your actual earnings is a year where your benefit was calculated on a number that's too small. The impact is approximately $1 in monthly benefit for every $100 in corrected earnings over your 35-year calculation window. A correction of $10,000 in a single year adds roughly $100 per month to your benefit permanently. Over a 15-year retirement, that's $18,000. Second, look at your estimated benefit amount at your exact full retirement age, not 66, not 67, your specific month and year based on your birth year. Then look at what you are actually receiving. If you claimed at your exact FRA and the number you're receiving is meaningfully lower than the estimate shown, that is a red flag worth investigating. Write down every discrepancy you find. These become the basis for your correction request. Now, here is the part that matters most. How you file this makes a significant difference in how quickly it moves. Step 1. File a request for correction of earnings record. This is the official process for fixing errors in your earnings history. You can do this by calling SSA at 1-800-772-1213 or by visiting a local SSA office in person. When you call, use this exact language: "I would like to file a request for correction of earnings record. I have reviewed my Social Security statement, and I have identified discrepancies between the listed earnings and my documented earnings history." That language tells the representative exactly what process to open and prevents them from routing you into a general inquiry line. Bring or be ready to provide your Social Security number, the specific years where you found discrepancies, and any documentation you have: W-2 forms, old tax returns, even employer letters. The more documentation you provide, the faster SSA processes the correction. Step 2. Request a benefit recalculation in writing. Once your earnings record is corrected, SSA does not automatically recalculate your benefit. You have to ask for that separately. When you call or visit, say, after the earnings record correction is processed, I would like to request a formal benefit recalculation based on the updated record. Ask for this request to be documented in writing and get a confirmation number for both requests. Step 3. For survivor benefit comparison, call separately. If you are a widow or widower and you want SSA to compare both benefit records, call the same number, 1-800-772-1213, and say, I am currently receiving retirement benefits, and I would like you to calculate my potential survivor benefit based on my late spouse's earnings record and compare both amounts. They will pull both figures and tell you which is higher. If the survivor benefit is higher, you can request to switch, and in some situations, you may be eligible for up to 12 months of retroactive payments at the higher amount. Step 4. Follow up in writing. After any call to SSA, send a follow-up letter to your local SSA office confirming what was discussed, what was requested, and the confirmation number you received. SSA is a large system and requests can get lost. A written follow-up creates a paper trail that protects you if the correction doesn't move forward, and you need to appeal. So let's bring it all together. If you were born before 1960, there are 4 situations that may mean money is sitting on your Social Security record right now. An earnings error from before 2000, an early claim based on the wrong FRA, a survivor benefit you've never compared, or 0 earning years that should have income on them. Your first step is always your My Social Security statement at ssa.gov. Review it year by year. Write down every discrepancy you find. Then call 1-800-772-1213. Use the exact language I gave you. Request the earnings correction and the benefit recalculation separately, and follow up in writing. The process exists. The correction is free. The only thing standing between you and finding out whether money is owed to you is making that first call. If this video helped you, subscribe and share it with someone you know who was born before 1960, a parent, a sibling, a neighbor. One conversation can genuinely change someone's financial situation for years. I'll see you in the next one.